Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Late Night Build Show. I am your host, Ben Estrino, and yes, tonight we are building yet again another PC late into the evening. I was actually trying to get this build stream started a little earlier, and here we are. It's just the busy season where everybody's looking for a gaming PC for the holiday. And I have millions and millions and millions and millions of messages and questions and phone calls and emails, and it just builds up. So we're growing. That's a good sign. Being busy is a good sign, but building late is not a good thing. Less sleep, more building. All right, guys. So we've got to build a day. Let's get you a top-down view, and we can take a look at the parts as we run through the list. How's everybody doing tonight on this fine Saturday evening? All right, so to start off this build, we're building for, I think it's Jake's cousin. Jake is actually a longtime customer of ours. He's been, he's had us build his PC, and I think he's had us build another family member's PC as well. And then we've upgraded his PC in the past also. So we've done quite a bit of work with Jake. He's a local customer over here. So it's really cool that we're continuing that, the builds for his family. So today we had about I think it was $700 budget to work with. And so we ended up with a Ryzen 5 3600, which has got 6 cores, 12 threads, 4.2 gigahertz. Specifically, we chose the Ryzen 5 3600, and that is without the cooler. So that is one that you can purchase on Amazon. I think it's like $100 without the cooler. So it's a pretty good deal, but you could see that I already took, you know, a big chunk of the budget just with the CPU alone. So these budget builds are really hard to do, but we can squeeze them in. The Gigabyte B450M DS3H Wi-Fi Micro ATX motherboard. This is a great motherboard because it has your Wi-Fi and your Bluetooth, which is kind of expected out of a PC today, because a lot of people that are coming from like console or different gaming scenarios, they kind of expect Wi-Fi to be in a system in a PC today, even though standard knowledge for any builder out there or PC enthusiasts. Not all motherboards have Wi-Fi, so that means not all PCs have Wi-Fi built into them. So really, any gaming PC I'm building today, I always try to make sure there's built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, because that is just a common thing that people expect out of gaming PCs today in 2023. So anyway, the B450 is the motherboard that we're going to be using. We're going to be cooling the CPU with a Aqua Elite by Thermalbright. This is a excellent cooler over here. It's in white. It's got the inline pump. What that means is the pump is in the line, and it really moves the liquid really quick. And Thermalbright I've been using for a long time. It's a great brand. It's a brand that I would actually wish or have been hoping that Micro Center would pick up and start selling, because this is a fantastic brand, and I think it needs to be more widely known about. It's kind of like an underdog brand in my opinion. Then we've got a kit of two 120 millimeter fans, a kit of 3, so it's a total of 6 fans that we're going to be using. Well, we're only going to be able to install 5 in the case, but those are also white, so you can see there's kind of a white theme for the build. The RAM that we're going to be using is 16 gigabytes DDR4 3200. That's CL16, 8 gigs. That's by Silicon Power, way over here. And then we've also got a 1 terabyte M.2 NVMe Gen 3 SSD, along with a AMD Radeon RX. Where is that? Right here. RX 6600, 8 gigabyte GDDR6 128-bit graphics card. So this is a excellent graphics card for anybody that's looking for 1080p gaming. And you could actually dabble in 1440p if you wanted to, but you're going to lose quite a bit of performance, because this just doesn't have the horsepower that you'd really want for 1440p, but it can handle it if you wanted to play with it. But overall, it's a great solid system. We did have to cut on the power supply because of our budget, so we do only have a 500 watt power supply, which is more than enough for this build here. But if they want to try to upgrade, we were kind of forced to try to make this work because they wanted the look of the PC that we're going to build, but they also had a very strict budget. So this is what we had. This is what we came out with. Great, all-around, well-rounded, balanced build is what it's going to turn out to be, and it's going to perform very nicely. Upgrading the graphics card later down the road, they might have to upgrade the power supply. I mean, power supplies are, they're not terribly expensive, so I'm not worried about that. So, all right, the case that we're going to be putting it in also is by Amson. Amson. Sounds like Amazon, but it's not. It's actually Amson. And it's basically like a O11 Dynamic Mini, but smaller. Similar, very similar case. So it's got the dual chamber look, and it's micro ATX. It's got the front glass panel and the side glass panel. Power supplies in the back. You'll see it when we pull it out. It's a great looking case. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? We're gonna need the motherboard, CPU, and the RAM. And we will need the cooler hardware in order to get started here. So here's our Gigabyte B450 DS3H. By the way, if anybody's having any issues with this board, particularly the Wi-Fi on this motherboard, on the 1.4 version, this is 1.5. This exact board is not right. But if you're having a problem with the Wi-Fi on this, go to the YouTube channel, Empower Gaming Computers. I have a video posted on how to solve the problem with that board in Windows 10 with the Wi-Fi. It's been a problem I've noticed on Windows 10 with this board. Kind of a stupid issue on Gigabyte's end, in my opinion, or Realtek's end, because it's a Realtek Wi-Fi adapter. Alright, just wanted to make sure I sent a text out. I need some of my tools. Apparently I forgot to bring them over. For that, might as well. Why not? There we go. The AMD Ryzen 5 3600 is installed. Now we're going to move on to the SSD and the RAM. Nice. All right, the SSD is installed, so now we're gonna install the RAM. Hey, what's up, Mr. Duck? Been a while. Yeah, it has. How's it going? All right, so now that we have our RAM, SSD, and our CPU installed, we're going to move on to the cooler. And we're going to get this thing opened up so we can get the hardware installed. Nothing, just looking at some PC parts. What are you looking at? What parts are you looking at, sir? i9 14900K. I just got one in today for an order, so I've actually got a couple back here, but they're all for orders. I haven't really gotten a good chance to like run that chip hard, but from what I've seen and read, it's basically almost the same thing as the 13900K, so there's not much gains there. I guess depending on what you're using it for, you might see a difference, but I don't know if I should get the 1390. I mean, they're pretty much the same. At least from what I've seen. I guess the only thing you could do is go look up a YouTube comparison of the two with the same hardware and see what the difference is for what you're using it for. So if it's a particular game or something, just take a look. Yeah, I know. It's pretty much the same CPU. It's just got a new sticker. I thought they were going to do more around DDR5 Intel, solving a lot of the DDR5 issues, but I don't think that's the case. Right now, I'm just installing the hardware for this AM4 socket. Okay, so that's ready to go into the case. Let's go ahead and get that out. Yeah, the stats, like I said, the 14900K has pretty much been the same CPU as the 13900K. I mean, it's got a little bit more speeds on the clock, but it's pretty much the same CPU. I don't know how I feel about it. It's like, I'd have to run them side by side and see what's different, you know? That's how I would make my decision. Pull up some videos of which games or applications I'm running and then make your decision there. See if it's worth the extra money. You can get a 13900K for cheaper right now. Cheaper than a 14900K. All right, so this little case, the micro ATX case, but it looks like an 011 dynamic, if you haven't noticed. It's a dual chamber, front glass and side panel glass, just like the 011 dynamic. Missing some features that the 011 dynamic has that this doesn't, but that's not a big deal. Really only a big deal for the builder, me. So, oh well, nobody really cares about me anyway. I'm just the builder. All right. Everybody see inside that? All right. So yeah, it's a great little case. Okay. Now that we've got the hardware out, we're ready to mount this motherboard. So any bigger micro ATX motherboard that would have required us to put that panel in, the extra panel for the extra width. But because this board is not as wide, we don't have to. So it fits this case very nicely. I'm missing one stud here. We have to move one stud. Dang it. All right. I'm still sad the 4090 is still out of stock. Actually, Mr. Duck, if you go to Zotac's website and go to their store, you'll find RTX 4090s in stock. You got to purchase it from Zotac direct, though. All right, motherboard installed. Shiny. All right, what do we do next? I don't know. We could do some of the fans. We got the bottom fans, top fans, but we should probably get all these connections taken care of first, and then do the fans. These case connections. Might even try to put the power supply in before we put the cooler in. Let's see if we can pop this front panel off. Oh yeah, it just pops right out. That'll make life a little easier. And then we'll plug in all these front panels. Hey, Lynn, what's going on? Oh, yeah, I'm always at it. Always at it. You should see the project behind me. If it wasn't for the green screen, you'd see it. I kind of let my hair go. Hey, the 14900K is only $30 more. Yeah, but it actually wasn't that much more on the initial release. I think they've dropped the price. That's not bad. May as well go with the 14900K then. I thought it was more. At least that's what I remember it as. Like, it was like absurdly dumb. Like 100 plus more. At least that's when I last saw it. The price. I don't really look anymore. I mean, I do. Don't get me wrong, I do. But I look at so many different prices. It's like I have to look. All right, let's drop the power supply. Oh. What? Ben doesn't look at prices. Yeah, I make imaginary prices up. Nope. All right, so I'm going to try to cram this power supply in. Does that look like it's not going to fit? I mean, look at that thing. Hope this isn't for like a micro ATX, like a SFX. I mean, I've built in this case before, so I know it can fit an ATX. Unless I bought like a different version and didn't know it. Oh. It was fine. Gives you that look though. Kick is wonderful. Sent about 5 messages and then double checked and none are popping up. Oh, what? Lynn's is popping up. Is there something on your end, Mern? The mobile app is garbage? Yeah, I've had issues with it in the past as well. You think Kick's just a big money grab? It's kind of like the Lyft of Uber. By the way, you should own Uber stock. You should not own Lyft stock. And I'm not docking Lyft at all. I'm not saying Lyft is bad and Uber is better. But Uber was there first, right? No, it's a kick thing. Happened today when I went live and peeps' comments weren't coming through. Oh, geez. Working closely and learning some things internally isn't... It's definitely something. LOL, yeah. You work internally enough with me. You learn a lot about this. I didn't know Ben Day drinks. I don't. I'm kidding. Alright. So we've got the power supply in, we got this connection up here done, which is my biggest concern. Once we put the cooler in, it's going to be really hard to get up there in that corner. So now we can put the cooler in and deal with some fans. I think I'm going to do the fans first. Yeah. So how are you doing, Martin? How's everything going? You streaming more? I've seen you a couple times, I think, in the last, like, week or so. You getting back to, like, a stream schedule, or what's going on over there? It's the first time that's ever happened. I guess the downside to putting the power supply in before you did the fans is that, or at least the bottom bit, that's a big pain in the ass to get these cables out. Oops. I still got it. Kind of like Stacy's mom. Still got it going on. Been good. Went live for the first time in a couple of weeks today for a bit. Hoping to be more consistent soon. This way I can help sell some more computers. No worries. Yeah, I think the biggest problem with the business is the consistency. Like, for example, you know, we have a huge rush of orders right now, but that's mostly because of the holiday and the Black Friday deals that we ran. But after that, it's probably going to slow down again. I also think the economy just sucks right now. It's just in a oh, so bad right now. It's not good. Part of me thinks I should not have quit my job. Shouldn't have left that behind. truly, I was drowning in work between this and that, and I am way more passionate about this than I am with that, so... This is not cool. Okay, just you sit right there, okay? Then I'll shove you in there. Okay. If you're happy with it, I'll keep. Now, once you build enough computers, you actually start talking to your computers. Parts. That's when you know you've been doing it long enough. Right? Hey, Martin, did you hear? Did you hear? I know you had to have. I know you had to have heard. I mean, you had to have heard, Mern. Oh yeah, that's starting to look like a gaming PC to me. Uh-huh, uh-huh. That's the way I like it. Nobody wants to watch me sing that. Hey Ryan, thanks for that like over there on the Facebook. Got 2 more fans to install, and then we are going to install the cooler. And then we install the graphics card. Then we're good to go. We're ready to fire this bad boy up. See what this thing looks like. This mini micro ATX 011 dynamic fake. Still cool looking. Nothing wrong with it. It's just a very close to a very popular case. And it's a mini version of it, which I think is pretty cool. I think this case is a badass case for the price. Metal is a little bit on the light side, but I mean, you're not going to use it as a stepping stool. I hope not, because it wouldn't hold. Would not recommend it. Would not recommend it as a stepping stool, that is. Definitely not. Alright, so we'll do that. That way. Put the fans in right way. Okay. Yeah. Let me just throw a screw across the room. Probably need to zoom out on that camera. Should have done that a while ago. I have no idea where this is going. And that screw's gone. All right. Have no fear, I have many screws here. Oh dear God, look at all those cables. All right. Now that we've got all of the case fans installed, we could probably do the cooler. And then we will get the graphics card installed. And after that, finish getting everything plugged in. Fire this bad boy up. What everybody's been waiting for, right? They just want to see what it looks like when it's done. I don't really care about getting to the point of doing it, right? Everybody knows my love of twist ties, because there's always so many with all the parts. I love twist ties. Probably by the time this holiday season is over, my my fingers will be raw just from undoing twist ties. There's one thing that we should be recycling. I think we should be recycling twist ties. And I do a lot of recycling here because we go through a shit ton of cardboard and plastic. Holy crap. All of my cardboard is recycled. Majority of my plastic is recycled. we just got to get this radiator mounted here to the top. A little tricky. I want to get it out here. Center it up. Try to keep it as center as possible here. It is important for the aesthetics. All right, got our radiator installed. Look at that. Nice and clean. Outside of this big pile of rubbish that needs to get installed. CPU block. All right, so we're going to get the CPU block installed here. I think we're going to go over the top. I think like this is going to be the best answer here. Don't want those hoses on the top. Man, this thing's really spring-loaded. Can't really crank either of them. Barely any. To get them both started. Here we go. And now, we run these to the back. Got them ran, and then one of the last things we got to do is plug in our PWM splitter for our CPU fans. That goes to our CPU fan header, right here at the top of the motherboard. There we go. Really starting to look like a gaming PC, huh? Next, we can put the graphics card in, but we do have to get all the fans plugged in on the backside, as well as the RGB. And you know what? I want to deal with the RGB before we start doing the graphics card, because it gets more difficult to get down there. So let's flip this over and deal with that for a minute. We'll start with that. The first thing I want to deal with are the two top here. Going to that. Finding out which one is which here. Case fan. Case fan. It is correct. What's important about those is that they get plugged into this contraption. Where'd it go? This contraption here. Crap. All right, so next up, the next challenge is getting all of our fans connected to the one header on the only header on the motherboard. Great, isn't it? Gotta go get one of my extenders here. Crap ain't gonna work. Too much length on the bottom fan. Dang it. Now let's get that card plugged in and then we'll do some cable management. Fire this bad boy up. Almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Almost there. An RX 6600. Four gigabyte. No, 8 gigabyte. Just wanted to see if you guys were paying attention. Okay. Do 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 do. I don't even know how to take care of this, honestly. This is just ridiculous how many cables there are here. It's already tangled the fuck. I'm just gonna try my best here just to manage this ridiculous amount of cables. Without busting any of the connections here. Alright, let's take a look on the other side, see what it looks like. Oh dear God. I don't like that. This shit needs to move way over. A little bit better. They didn't provide one of these, and that was already popped out. Sucks. Hate not having one. Hey, what's up? Can't think of a name. 69. I like that name, sir. Or ma'am. Or miss. I don't know. Can't think of a name. We're almost done putting this together. Almost there. It actually is done. I just have to plug it in and fire it up. And then we get to see if I actually built the computer the right way. Welcome to the channel, though. If you haven't chatted here for before, my name is Ben with Empower Gaming Computers over here at the Empower Studio, and I build custom PCs here. And then my YouTube channel, I usually send out like how-to videos. Okay, we're ready to fire this thing up. You guys ready? All right, let's get a different view so you can actually see it. You guys ready? Adam, thanks for that like over on Facebook. We're gonna push the power button and see what this PC looks like for the first time. It's the first ever power on for this PC. Built live by yours truly. All right. For Jake's cousin, happy birthday. Or nephew. It was either his nephew or his cousin. Talked to too many people. I'm sorry if I had it wrong. I wish I asked for his name before the stream. We've got a post on the screen, so that's a good sign. Don't worry, the RGB is currently glowing orange. Oh my god, it's too loud. The addressable RGB lighting is currently glowing orange because that's Gigabyte's color. We'll get that switched over once we get into Windows and install the addressable RGB software to manage it. I don't know if we can actually change that from the BIOS. I'd have to look. Hold on. We can look. Here's a nice image of my arm. Yes. Would help also if I plugged the mouse in. Yeah, I don't think we can change it from the BIOS. Well, we'll just get Windows installed and then we'll do it from there. But that's pretty much it for tonight, guys. We've got the PC built. That was our goal. It's posted. That's our second goal. Next, we have the Windows 10 install that we're doing on this one. So we'll get that started. And I should have this ready. Should have this PC ready for pickup tomorrow. Their local customer picking up. So finally, after I think it was about a week wait to get to this point, the PC is built. And we will have it ready for pickup sometime tomorrow. Probably tomorrow afternoon. And we've got lots of more builds to do. So stay tuned. Follow the channel if you like this kind of stuff. We're going to be building tons and tons of PCs this month. So feel free to follow the channel, give us a like, share it, tell your friends. Because that's our form of marketing. We're a smaller custom builder, so it's hard for us to compete with some of the big box builders' marketing campaign budgets. So really all of our work is, I'd say 99% of it's word of mouth. Recommendations. There's some Facebook stuff, and I mean, honestly, we don't spend a lot on marketing when it comes to like ads and whatnot. We believe in a product that we build is as good as it is would make raving fans that would tell the world about our product, you know? That's how I see it. If we make a good product, you're gonna tell somebody about it. Like, hey, check out my badass PC I had built. And you can actually watch the video live. Watch your PC being built live. Pretty badass. Anyway, guys. I should have another stream tomorrow. If not tomorrow, then definitely Monday. Monday we'll have probably a mini build-a-thon where we have like three PCs to build. So we're probably going to start a little earlier in the day and then go into the night with the stream. So, well, probably not until the afternoon on Monday or Tuesday. I got to double check the schedule. I'm tired. It's late. Good night, guys. We'll see you on the next one.